The Winfred Taylor Special Needs Center, just outside Mukono town, is a former chicken house squeezed in this limited space. But despite the cramped conditions, this is a special education haven for scores of children with disabilities who cannot find places in regular primary schools, not even in the government-run universal primary education schools. The center uses the community-based rehabilitation strategy, CBR. It is implemented by combining the efforts of people with disabilities, their families and communities. The Winfred Taylor Center was set up by the Sisters of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and Mary to address the growing problem of disabled children around Mukono district and how to support and provide them with skills and education. The sisters run 2 centers in Mukono, currently handling 56 children with special needs.
We were involved in different activities earlier on, like livelihoods and others, but as we did our baseline surveys, there came up a need in the community. Most of the parents asked us that really their greatest need in the community was their children with special needs who are locked up in houses.
People with disabilities constitute at least 15% of the population of any given country, according to the World Health Organization. This is a significant part of the population that is often left out in the national development and the provision of basic social services like health and education. Yet they could be facilitated to stand on their own.
The parents of children with disabilities have a big challenge because many of their children are not accepted in the regular school because teachers are not trained on how to support such children. The school facilities are inaccessible. The attitudes are still negative in the school and in the community.
I visited the Winfred Taylor Special Needs Center last week at the invitation of CBR African Network Organization to learn more about CBR.
How are you? You're fine? Yay! You're happy? Mark.
Now, I found a place where children with disabilities are accepted, where they have an opportunity to learn, to read and write and play as children should. I found children who are eager to learn and just as curious as their able-bodied counterparts. 8-year-old Mark is one of the children enrolled at this center. He was born with cerebral palsy and thus can't cope in a regular school.
I feel bad because even I wanted my brother to be like us. When he can tell me, "Sister, this number is difficult for me," then I can teach him.
Education of the children here uses the community-based rehabilitation approach. As the case in Chiagi village, the families were the first responders to the children in need, and their neighbors and the community joined to set up a village-based daycare center. Parents here have set up a center for children with disabilities who were rejected by regular schools using their own meager resources. The Good Samaritan Center, as it is called, is housed in this modest building that was offered by Hadija Nansobuga, a mother with 3 deaf children. Before this, she had no need to educate nor care for her deaf children.
Nenga abaana abo nasooka ne sibatwalanga kya mugaso ne mbalekaawo naye mukama yannyamba ku kakanisa waliwo Reverend najja nang'aati wange ti abaana abo waliwo ekitongole ekiyamba abaana abaliko obulemu ne ŋŋaana ngamba abaana abatawulira ate bakati baliko obulemu ate basomera wanakati mba ndi awo mukama we yannyambira nandeetera bamaadamu n'olinyaabo ne bajjira ddala eka ewange ne balaba ku baana bwe balaba abaana abo bannyonnyola ne baŋŋamba ati bayamba yeeyambe n'olwekyo nnina okukola ennyo bankwatizeeko nsobeza abaana.
The Good Samaritan Center handles 12 children, but the numbers could be higher due to the big number of parents with children with disabilities in the area. Certainly, the CBR approach can work if a family and community is sensitized to know that people with disabilities have rights and need assistance to realize their full potential, as the Good Samaritan Center and the Winfred Taylor Special Needs Center in Mukono demonstrate.
Community rehabilitation centers like this one go to show that
children with disabilities should not be forgotten or neglected. In fact, they should be given a chance to have an independent adult life, just like this one.
The rights of people with disabilities are stipulated out in Article 35 of the Constitution. These children therefore have right to quality education and access to school facilities. The CBR approach enables communities to embrace those in their midst with disability to be part of their own development. It therefore means that